What's going on YouTube? It's Dagreenshiz here. As everybody may know, fantasy football drafts just came to a close, and at my fantasy football draft, I literally talked to a guy that's been in the league with me for the last God knows how long, to come to find out he just sold hundreds of thousands of dollars of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's insane. There's a 12-man league I'm in. 12 people. Literally just 12. At the end of the draft, I was talking to another guy because I know he's kind of dealt in cards before and I've never really talked to him. So this guy A, let's call it, I'm talking to him. I'm like, hey man, how are you doing? Are you doing any shows or anything like that? And come to find out, that guy is still doing it all. He loves doing shows and stuff like that. And he's in it. He's in the game of sports cards, not so much trading cards. And then enters guy B. And he overhears us. He comes into the conversation. And he's talking. He's like, yeah, me and my dad found a bunch of our old stuff from back in the day. A bunch of booster boxes, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I'm like, really? I'm like, wow, that's crazy. No numbers or anything were mentioned at this time. And the guy's like, yeah, I sold it to some YouTubers down in California, he said. I'm like, oh God, is it Leonhardt? I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So I was like, what's the dude's name? I'm going to know who it is when you give me the name. I'm like, just give it to me straight. Like, who was it? And he said it was Luke Gardner. So I was like, oh, that guy's in Texas. That's actually DFW Pokemon. So DFW Pokemon got contacted and purchased a $250,000, not raw or graded. These are literally just sealed products. $250,000 cash collection last year from a gentleman in my effing fantasy football league. And I had no clue the dude had anything. This is why it pays. Maybe to make your nerdiness a little bit more out there. I'm sure I couldn't have came up with $250,000 cash like the guys at DFW Pokemon can. God knows they probably turned that into $1 million at least. Like, that's insane. I would hope to be making $1 million at least. Like, that's a lot of money to be dropping on freaking children's playing cards. I was beside myself knowing that this $250,000 sealed collection was under my nose for the last X amount of years. Just blew my freaking mind. I'm not completely out of the closet, I would say. Way more than a lot of people. I do make some posts on my Facebook. My Instagram was actually my own personal Instagram originally, so I have friends, family, coworkers that are following me still through my Instagram. Some of my coworkers know what I do. I don't go out and tell them. Like, if they want to find out, I don't care. If you want to watch me, I don't care. That's why I try and keep all of this PG, because there are coworkers, family watching this. But it was pretty insane that literally right up under my nose, there's that fat collection sitting that I had no opportunity to buy it. The dude is still sitting on at least 2 BGS 9.5 86 Michael Jordan Fleers. Those are probably, I want to say the PSA 10 86 Fleers, probably $250,000, $300,000 cards. So those are probably at least $100,000 a piece. They're doing well. I cannot believe, like, what would you do? I don't know. I would have set myself up on a payment plan. Maybe it would have hooked me up because I knew him, but I doubt it. That was crazy, though. I cannot believe it. But anyways, I got something way cooler sitting here I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to show you the kind of the results after I go through it. I got a collection that I'm going to show you. I didn't buy it. My father-in-law's friend was over the other day, and he's like, hey, I don't have Pokemon cards, but I got Yu-Gi-Oh cards. He's like, do you know anything? I was like, yeah, send them my way, dude. So there's a lot of them, and basically they were in his attic. An ex-girlfriend's kids. She left with her kid, and his stuff was left there. Feel bad because these are his, but I have no way of getting in contact with that kid. Dude's getting hosed because it's all here. Maybe not though, because I haven't really gone through it to see if there's any value at all. Based on the way it's packaged, there might not be anything mint. We will find out. I'll show you real quick kind of what I'm looking at. So these bags are the way it came to me. Just got a little box here. Just some loose cards. Right, oh, it was Painful Choice. It's maybe some random staples. But kind of like an era I like. Oh, this first edition. Shiny Black Sea. Well, you got some binders. So I'm going to go through this and see what kind of hits we get. Shall we? Look at this. That's probably, I doubt it's hollows. This might take a while. So I'm going to do this while I'm watching PK. By the time this is uploaded, PK's stream's already done. And if you don't already subscribe to him, and if you do follow me through the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff I kind of do, if you found me through Pokemon content, you already follow Pokemon Knowledge. But if not, go over to Pokemon Knowledge. Awesome dude. He does a podcast. I think it's once a month with Cool Trainer Ryan and Rattle Pokemon. And that just happened last night. So go check that out. I'm sure it was a riot. Let's get into this, though. As suspected, a lot of damage. And I kind of just pulled out a few things that were There's a lot of stuff I could utilize in like GOAT decks, vintage decks like that, but nothing a whole lot of value at all. Maybe the most expensive thing, maybe $15. The Blue Eyes you're going to see probably would have been the most expensive if it was like gem mint, but it's not. So take a look. Woo! That's about it. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Y'all have a good one.